As a host, she's amazing. As a host. But as a boss, she's a toxic, phony, hypocrite, liar. That's what she is.
The TV chat show has a well-established formula, including a friendly host, a cozy setting, audience participation, and musical interludes. However, several television chat show hosts, including Ellen DeGeneres, James Corden, Kelly Clarkson, and most recently Jimmy Fallon, have faced scathing allegations related to a toxic workplace culture. In a Rolling Stone expose, 2 current and 14 former employees of The Tonight Show starring Jimmy Fallon came forward. They accused the show of fostering a chaotic and unpredictable atmosphere in which employees often lived in a state of fear. They reported Jimmy Fallon's erratic behaviour, explaining that they never knew which version of Jimmy they would encounter. Employees were walking on eggshells around the host.
They spoke to me a lot about, these, what they called Jimmy's good days, what they called Jimmy's bad days.
After the story broke, Fallon reportedly held a Zoom meeting to apologise to the current staff, expressing his regret for the embarrassing report. But this isn't an isolated incident. It comes after a string of similar allegations elsewhere in the industry.
Big changes at The Ellen Show after multiple allegations that it was a toxic place to work.
Ellen DeGeneres, the host of The Ellen DeGeneres Show, was at the centre of a major scandal in 2020.
Every Friday we were shaking who's going to get fired this Friday.
Former employees of the chat show told BuzzFeed News that the workplace atmosphere was dominated by fear. One whistleblower alleged that they had been fired after taking time off for 2 family funerals. Others claimed that they had faced racist microaggressions.
I learned that things happened here that never should have happened. I take that very seriously, and I want to say I am so sorry to the people who were affected.
DeGeneres publicly addressed the issue and apologised, vowing to make changes to improve the work environment on her show, but the damage had already been done. Furthermore, James Corden found himself in hot water when TV director Craig Duncan let loose on YouTube.
The most difficult and obnoxious presenter I've ever worked with is James Corden.
A restaurateur by the name of Keith McNally also joined the conversation, characterising Corden as the most abusive customer that my servers have had to deal with in the past 25 years.
I made a rude comment, and it was wrong. It was an unnecessary comment. It was ungracious to the server.
Meanwhile, over at the Kelly Clarkson Show, employees complained about being overworked and underpaid by the show's producers.
They say the toxic work environment stems from how producers treat other staff members on the Kelly Clarkson Show, and it's traumatizing to their mental health.
It's important to note that these complaints were unrelated to Kelly Clarkson herself, who the staff had nothing but praise for. The revelation of these chat show hosts often follows a familiar pattern. It usually begins when an expose surfaces on platforms such as Rolling Stone, sparking a media frenzy. Then hosts respond with expressions of shock, apologies, and promises for change. Some hosts attempt to shift blame entirely elsewhere. Notably, Ellen DeGeneres' failure to take responsibility ultimately led to the cancellation of her show after a successful 19-season run. As a result, an increasing number of people are growing disenchanted with the idea of chat show hosts entirely, and the recurring reports point to a worrisome trend in the industry. With the Writers Guild of America on strike, it's a crucial moment for TV executives to reevaluate work practices and ensure the chat show format adapts to modern standards.